Hello and welcome to Beyond the Scale, Weight Loss and Wellness. I'm your host, Coach Monica. I'm joined today by Coach Darcy, and we are here to guide you through the ins and outs of a lifestyle that's transformed not just our lives, but the lives of countless women navigating the waves of perimenopause and menopause. Whether you're here to shed weight, understand your body better, or simply find a community that gets it, you're in the right place. So sit back and enjoy the next few minutes as we tackle the hot issues of today.
Good morning, everybody. Good to see you.
Good
Coach
morning.
Darcy. We're gonna play a game called Where in the World Was Coach Darcy this morning?
I've already been in like 3 different places.
I know we got an internet warning, just so y'all know, internet warning. So if it looks like I'm talking over Darcy, I probably am. Not intentionally, but maybe intentionally. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
There seems to be an internet shortage in her city. So we're going to make a call to the mayor and say, listen, we have business to do. We have people to see and we have people to help, and you're not helping us. So
Right.
good morning.
Yeah, good morning. I'm hoping
How are
that
you doing? Besides your internet issue, how else are you doing this morning?
I'm doing great, actually. Summer is quickly approaching, and in my mind, school's tomorrow. But it's not. I still have a month.
No, yeah.
Other than that, everything's peachy. How about you?
Yeah. Seriously, you're broadcasting from your basement. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Oh my, I'm doing well. It's 4-H season here, and now I don't have any kids in 4-H anymore. But we still have the llama, so we still bring that, and so we still are there, and so it's show day today. The kids are having fun. It's a really good group of kids. Summer's always fun. I refuse. We went through a heat cycle last week, and I refuse to complain about it. I complained a little bit when our air conditioning went out, but then I'm like, no, I hate winter more. So, hey, this may be a short broadcast today. So if you're watching, let us know where you're watching from, and we're gonna just kick it off and hope for the best today and we'll figure this internet thing out. A couple phone calls need to be made, I think. I don't know who you're calling. I would be calling my internet provider. I think that's where I would start.
Several times we've done. We have.
Oh.
We've
maybe
even
not
upgraded
after,
to the best.
after the tree fell. Whew.
Oh man, this is gonna be fun.
It's good. It's good to see everybody. So I'm gonna probably do most of the talking
Hold
today.
on. You might leave for a second, so just keep talking.
You just smile, and I'm gonna take over the broadcast this morning. Hey, we're just gonna talk about something brand new that we launched this week. So one of the most frustrating things that we've encountered as health coaches is the frustration of the cost. And so we've been working through some major hurdles, and we've been working through, okay, what works? In our program, we have a very, very high success rate for people who come to us and want to change their lives, legitimately want to change their lives. I'm not talking about the people who come and say, hey, help me get this weight off fast. We don't work with those people. If you want to get in your bikini by July 29th, we're not the people for you, because we've been through a journey. 130-pound loss naturally. We don't believe in drugs. We don't believe in weight loss shots. We don't believe in shortcuts, right? We walked through it. Darce, you lost what, 70 pounds, right?
Yeah. Yes.
And you've kept it off for the last, mine is 7 years. My journey has been 8 years.
I was gonna say yours is 8.
Yeah.
Mine is 6.
Mm-hmm. I started 8 years ago. It took me a year to get the 130 pounds off.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason why we're so passionate Everybody's like, Monica, to each its own. However they get the weight off, it's great. We should be celebrating everybody. And a minute part of me says that, but we were talking in our weight loss support group on Monday night. My euphoria of losing 130 pounds lasted an entirety of 3 months. After 3 months, you become average again. And that's when the old habits creep back in. And that's why people gain the weight back, because they didn't change from the core out. And when you lose weight so quickly with fake weight loss, and I'm going to call it as it is, it's fake weight loss, you either are on the drug for the rest of your life, you're starving yourself for the rest of your life, or you keep it off and you learn lifestyle changes and you learn how 8 years later, we're still keeping the weight off.
Mhm.
And so that's where our passion comes in, and we will never apologize for that.
Right.
Here's the problem. Here's the problem that you and I face. Successful weight loss comes with coaching. And from day to day, getting in the pit with our clients and doing weekly sessions. And it's hard work. It is hard work to do. The easy thing would be to hand you a pill and a shot and say, do this once a week. That's the easy way to do things, right? We don't believe in that because you don't keep the weight off, y'all. You do not keep the weight off. And everybody goes into this with the attitude of, well, Monica, and these are doctors. These are doctors that are saying this. Monica, what if it is a lifetime drug? What if it is? And what if these people, could just like regular medicine, just take a shot for the rest of their life? Well, that's not what the statistics are saying. The statistics are saying 47% of the people are off of the medication within a year because of the side effects, because of the cost. So that's not reality, folks. Reality says you're not changing your lifestyle, so you're gaining the weight back. And then here's the stickler. A lot of people say, well, I'm going to go on, I'm going to get the weight off, and then I'm going to figure out the lifestyle. And then, that's the common word we hear. And then, well, what happens is you get on these medications, you lose some weight, you don't like the side effects, or your bank account is strapped for the month, and so you got to come off of them, and the weight starts to come back, and so you are like panicked, and you're like, oh, I'm going to get on the shot again. I'm just going to get it off. I'm going to get it off again. Well, what happens when you get back on the shot? You've developed a tolerance. Have you ever heard of the antibiotic tolerance? Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So it doesn't work the second time. It doesn't work the third time. And because you haven't changed your lifestyle, you're on the diet cycle again.
Right. Right. I was actually overhearing a conversation this morning when I was taking the boys to their golf lesson, and they were talking about, I'm gluten intolerant and blah blah blah, and they're like, oh, I'm so proud of you for finding that out. And it was like this interesting conversation, and then they were saying, oh, well, if it weren't said, there's a lot of people that are anti-vaccination and anti-this, anti-shot, and I just need these things. And so basically their conversation was, they have all these health issues and they're trying to find the root cause.
Mm-hmm.
And yet they are still feeding their bodies these toxins. And I'm actually, the reason why I bring this up, because I'm putting this the shot for weight loss in a part of this toxin. Like, who else? I mean, do you know what's in those shots? Like, you're putting these toxins in your body for the rest of your life, and you're going to end up having this buildup of toxins. And there's this movement that I love and support, but I don't believe it's one-sided. And the fact of the importance of getting these dyes and these toxins out of our foods, and fill in the blank. That's all great and dandy, but if you're not also balancing the food choices that you're eating as well, then you're going to come up with like, what's the point of getting the toxins in when you're still continuing to put the toxins in?
Exactly.
If you're getting the toxins out, then what's the point of, you're still putting more toxins in? And so it's not just this issue. And I was like, they have a lot of information that was great. Like they were talking about how they have to, give up certain foods that their bodies just don't tolerate. And that was great. But then there was like these fill in the blank areas of like, oh, but I still,
Nobody still have my sugar.
yes, there's still this. And
One bite,
one
it's
bite.
just the party.
Yeah. So, but the biggest thing is, when you are depending on unnatural forms of weight loss, and that's why this is where I'm swinging around here. When you're dependent on unnatural forms of weight loss, and you're trying to be proactive in the toxin world, and you're trying to find the root cause of these chronic diseases and illnesses, but yet you are dependent on these unnatural forms of weight loss, you're never going
You
to
cancel it
feel
out.
right. Yeah, you're just canceling it out. And so I think that this is like a great introductory of like, well, what are we doing, Coach Monica? What's the huge announcement today? Because we
Well,
are,
I want to give another example too.
okay.
Because this one, you were online this morning. I was online this morning watching some of my lovely. I don't know most of my friends on Facebook, but I scroll through and I see these things, and I saw a pattern happening. And this was like 4 or 5 different posts that had the same topic to it. These very, very obese people, thankful that they had just gotten heart surgery because their heart was no longer working. Thankful for the doctor giving them the surgery, but they're not addressing the obesity problem. They're not addressing what they're putting in their body. And they're depending on the doctors to give them pills to fix their heart and still shoving in the junk food. We can't have it both ways. And I think it's very, very unfair to our families to depend on doctors to give you pills to fix your heart when you're not doing your part. Yeah. We have a responsibility. And a lot of people are shirking that responsibility because we're going to let the doctors fix us with surgery and medicine, but we're not willing to step away from the things that are actually killing us, which is the sugar and the carbohydrates and those things that are killing us, the processed foods, the ultra processed foods, if you want to get specific, and the seed oils, all of those things that are killing our heart in the first place. We're not willing to do our part in healing our bodies because now we have shortcuts. Now we have these things that, are doing it for us. Mm-hmm. So that's why we coach. And that's why we take the hard route. The easy route for Coach Darcy and I would be to join the choir and the hosts of the Heavenly Angels saying, get a shot to get this fat off of your body. Mm-hmm. And there's a lot of pressure for us to do that. In my colleague world, they're all falling. They're falling left and right because people want shortcuts and they don't want to do things the hard way. And they don't want to heal their bodies because there's a shot to do that now. And we're lazy. We are lazy Americans that want shortcuts. Well, financially, as a CEO of a company, financially, the good way for me to go would be to join that throng of hosts of angels saying, do that. I can't do that. I cannot in good conscience do that because I believe in long-term weight loss. I believe in healing your body from the inside out. I believe that it is not healing your body to mask the symptoms and to cover it up. I can't do that. Is it impacting our bottom line? You bet it is. And so we've been trying to figure out, okay, I'm not joining that crowd of fake weight loss. I'm not, because it's not healing people and it's not helping people when the weight comes raging back. And when you get off of the medication and you are sicker than you've ever been before in your life, I can't do that in good conscience. So we're like, well, what are we doing? Because what we do works. We have 3 or 4 clients right now racing towards that 100-pound. Actually, they all just crossed the 100-pound mark, and they've been doing the things, and they've been doing it for the past year, and they're doing incredible. We have clients right now who are willing to work hard at healing their eating addiction. We have clients who are in the mud right now, doing the hard things, and they're getting paid. massively for it. But it takes work and it takes money, right? And so we're like, Darcy, what is it that's holding people back? Our program works. Our signature program, when we can get a client for a year, they're done. They don't have to do this for the rest of their life. They've healed their body. Now, some of them don't want to deal with the food addiction. Some of them, are losing the same 5 pounds over because they don't want to really deal with the root. Yeah. And that's a choice that we don't have control over. Those clients are making that choice to lose the same 5 pounds over. And we do it as long as it takes, right? Whatever, because at some point, what we've seen is at some point they're like, oh, I get it. You coaches actually mean what you say, and I get it.
Right. Well, I was going to say, well, we talked about it last night about we were talking about, what was it on the title of it? The things that hold you back from your,
right.
What is it? I don't know
how hold you back from success, right?
Yes. And that is one thing that I would have added to your list is, you have to be able to trust your coach. And yes, maybe if you've had situations where you've had a coach that was like an intuitive coach, and you trusted them wholeheartedly, you trusted a program wholeheartedly. I get that there's like a trust issue. But when you see the success from our clients, and we are advocating like, this is hard. This is not going to be easy. And we're being very blank and honest with you.
Yeah.
Then that is one thing that we need from you is to trust us. We got to trust the process. We got to trust like the length of time that it takes to lose the weight. But it's all natural. And so that's one thing that comes to mind for me is that people have trust issues. They have impatient issues. They have, in denial. They're in denial about a lot of things. They get a whole lot of misinformation.
I can handle one bite. It's a party. And we can handle it.
And they want to trust their doctor so much because, they're smart people. They went to school for 8+ years to be able to understand the complex human body. But there's the one thing that they're missing out on is the actual important thing that makes the body run. And so that's the biggest thing for what we notice in our clients. And the thing that doesn't necessarily make them lazy, but I think they're more so confused and have trust issues more than anything because they've had so many other companies that have misclaiming that they're going to lose weight fast and keep it off by this product, or that the weight loss shot is going to be the answer to everybody's problem. I almost get I just watched the new Jurassic World. I'm not gonna spoil alert for anybody, but the main reason why they are there is to help people heal their heart issue that has increased over the years from the old movie, the old new movie. So they're out there trying to find the answer with a vaccination that's going to cure people's heart disease. And so that's kind of like they're out there trusting. I know there was a point for that. But it's like that's what we're doing is that we are trying to depend on like this magic pill, this magic shot that's going to cure everybody's ailments. And when it comes down to it's just based on what we consume and all the products, like the toxins. Yes, those are important, but the root reason of our food choices, and it's done naturally. So
that's so true. So true. So when we were doing an inventory, because every company, every CEO needs to always be on the lookout. Where are the weak spots? Where are the things that people are struggling with? What is it? Well, what we found was people are struggling with the initial cost. And we're like, our program works because we meet with our clients one-on-one. We look them in the eyeballs. We go into the pit with them. We hold their hands. We walk through the ugly with them. That is the thing that is missing in this world. And that is the secret sauce of our program is we look our clients in the eyeballs. We tell them the truth. There is no batting around. There's no going around the problem. We face it head on, and we face it head on together with them. We infuse our clients with courage. We give them group. We give them our one-on-one attention. Well, That costs money.
Mm-hmm.
And so we were like, how do we get around that? That's initial $1,300. Now, what shocks me, what shouldn't shock me is
wait for that.
yeah, how somebody can throw $1,400 at a drug that lasts a month, that
Yes.
the minute they stop taking it, how they choose that is just, I don't get it. I truly don't get it.
It comes down to what they see as important, I think, and
the fake promises from doctors, and
right,
the fake promises of a drug. You know, people want miracles, right?
Yes.
So people are willing to do that. Well, even if you went that route and you just said, okay, I'd like to get a coach to help me through so that when I get off of the shot, I'm okay and I can keep the weight off of me. But they've drained their bank account, and so they can't get a coach along with the medication, because we have a GLP-1 recovery program, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we have it for a reason, because you don't have to gain the weight back. You can, if you do it right. And so that's the bottom line, is people don't have the $1,300 up front. So we're like, all right, let's figure this thing out. Let's make this thing affordable for people to be able to lose the weight, keep it off, and live their life and be free for the rest of their life. The only reason they come back to us is they want a coach and they want to change lives, you know, on their own time. They want to change careers. That's the only time we want a client back. And so we just decide, all right, we're cutting the red tape, and we're going to make this thing doable. And so we have created 3 programs. We've actually created 2 programs.
Yes.
Somebody brought that to my attention today. We actually have created 2 programs because we know how successful our Premier, when we meet with a client one-on-one every single week, those are the ones that lose the 100, over 100 pounds. Those people are successful. I'm not getting rid of our Premier program.
Right.
That program works, and we're not going to apologize for it. It works, and if you're willing to invest in that program, we're taking you to success. So the Premier program looks brand new, but that is our pride and joy. That is our program. That is our signature program. We're not getting rid of it. Okay. So when you look at our brand new websites, and we just posted the links on our chat here. When you look at that, you'll be like, well, that one looks like, oh gosh, that's pretty expensive. Well, that is our Premier program. You get gold coaching there. You get the mints on the pillow kind of thing there, right?
Yeah.
But if that's too much for you, we totally get it. We're like, how do we get these people in? How do we get them in? So we created what's called the essentials. Like, this is where you begin. If you are struggling financially and yet you want to become a part of the coaching program, the essentials is where you want to start. All of these programs have a curriculum fee. The curriculum is worth over $1,000. It's absolutely top of the line curriculum. We want you to know why you're doing what you're doing. If you don't understand what insulin is, why your pancreas is overstimulated and creating insulin resistance and giving you that fat tire around your center, if you don't understand that, you're not going to stay on your program for life. You're not going to understand. When you put that donut in your mouth, you are feeding that pancreas, and you are causing the problems. You're causing those skin types. You're causing those things that are going on. You're causing the type 2 diabetes, right? So if you don't understand why you're doing what you're doing, you're going to keep doing it. You'll be on a diet for about 6-8 weeks. And then after that, you'll be like, I don't understand. Yeah. So all the programs, $300 up front. That's for your curriculum. That is one and done. It's one and done.
I still can't, I know you've told me this, and then there were some other times I'm like, are you sure this is what you mean? I mean, I had to ask her when she was coming up with this, and I was checking it, and I was like, are you getting irritated with me? Because I'm having a hard time understanding that you're just selling these programs for $300 up front, and not be like $300 plus $200 on top. No, it's $300 first month. That's it.
Started.
So,
and then after that, this is where we've changed things. We are creating a subscription program. The subscription programs are very popular right now. If you've seen Noom, if you've seen the Weight Watch, the ones that have sold out to the GLP-1,
yes.
If you've seen all of those, you know what I'm talking about. Yes. But the subscription programs where you can be with us as long as you need to be. Mm-hmm. There is no, There, you can be with us for a year if you want. And so the Essentials program, you will meet with us once a month. Okay. Now I'm going to give you a secret that I don't tell a lot of people, but you can create the Accelerate program with the Essentials program if you come to group every week. You've got Coach Darcy and I there in group every single Monday. We're there coaching. We're doing live coaching. But after the initial curriculum purchase, it's $149 a month, period. As long as you need us. And you meet with us once a month. We put your plan together. You follow the plan. You come to group. You are successful. Okay. You get the mobile app. You get the tracker. You get the macro tracking. You get free macros. You get all of it. Okay. Plus the curriculum. Okay. If you were like, no, I want this weight to come off faster. I need you twice a month. I need a bigger plan. I need to meet with you. I need to look at you in the eyeball twice a month. Then we go to the biweekly coaching. We go to the group as well. You get the mobile app. You get the macros. You get all of that. But you meet with us twice a month. Okay. That is called the Accelerate program. And then we go to the Premier, where you meet with us every stinking week. You cannot dodge the coach at this point, and that is a 4-month program. We even added another month to that Premier program.
Yeah.
So we not only we used to get you for 3 months, now we get you for 4 months. Okay. Those are the 3 programs. It's very, very simple. Mm-hmm. How many times do you want to meet with the coach? One-on-one? And are you coming to group?
Right.
It really is that simple.
And for some of you introverts out there, we're pretty nice people when you get to know us. It might be awkward at first, but once you realize, not group for I like, if I were to sign up for our program and I'd come and meet a coach and then start meeting them with them weekly, it's like, oh, I've got to really like these people.
Oh yeah.
It's a love-hate relationship, I think.
Oh yeah.
Because we tell the truth.
I don't believe in lying.
We don't.
There are so many weight loss programs out there that lie to you to their face, and they know they're lying to you.
Yeah. But just know that once you sit down with a coach and you're like, oh, I understand how helpful this is. Yeah. I get this. And then that's why we have some people that are like just don't like to leave because they like that one-on-one coaching. Yeah. And you do get that one-on-one coaching. Yeah. We give you to do things like for the week, and we work on those things. And so it's one of those situations where you get to have a personalized person that's in your business, but helping you grow. Yeah. And helping you, and you can definitely get these on the other programs, but it's just not the same.
Yeah. Well, and I just had somebody message me, and she's like, I fell off the wagon. I fell off the wagon this week, and I intentionally didn't come to group because I knew that those people in group would set me straight. And she's like, I realized this week that the group is my lifeline. It literally is my lifeline to success.
Yeah, it really is.
So that is what we're excited to tell you about. The subscription-based service is very scary for a CEO of a company, but it's what works. And we're not going to step down. We're not going to apologize for telling you what works. Yeah. You can try. You can try every other diet. I mean, we've all done it. I tried every stinking diet in the book. We are starting to see the ramifications of the shot, and it's breaking my heart because number one, we know what works, and we know we're sitting here quietly saying, hey, we have the answer here. We know it's not fast like what you're experiencing, but it works for life. You don't have to do this thing again. Even if you had a couple of pounds to lose and you're like, oh, just give me the shot for a couple of pounds. The minute you stop the shot, it comes back.
Yeah.
Why spend all of that money with the promise of fake weight loss? Why do that? Right?
Well, we have to remember too that, we understand the state of desperation. We understand that desperate moment that you're like, my doctor just gave me terrible news. He's trying to tell me to lose this weight, but now I want to lose this weight and I want it to lose fast. And I'm seeing all these other people lose it fast. And so we understand the corner that you've been put in. We
Mhm.
understand
It's
that
real.
you are feeling desperate.
Mhm.
And so that is why you make the choice of, okay, well, people say that they are on this. There's a lot of people that I've talked to say that they love it and they're
Uh-huh.
on this. But keep in mind that we're not all the same. Our bodies
Right.
are built differently. Our needs are different. So when you decide to take this shot and you decide, oh, I can't eat anything because I'm always nauseous, or
Mhm.
there might be some underline, what the black what is it called, that they put on those on the back of the
Oh,
warning
black
signs,
box
the
warnings.
black
Yeah.
back, yeah.
Yes.
And you have most of those black box warnings, like you're getting all of those, like, and it didn't, yeah, like just keep that in mind when
And
you are
people are
making
so
that
desperate they don't
decision.
care.
They don't
Like
care.
literally the blindness articles are coming out. They are like playing Russian roulette.
Yeah.
And it is the scariest thing I've ever seen. Also, they don't have to put down a donut.
Mm-hmm.
When
Yeah.
in fact we can teach you how to eat the donut.
Yeah.
I have several clients this week um, who unknowingly to me, I mean, they looked perfect to you in their macros. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
you're a macro coach, and you look at our clients what they eat every single day. You go through and you see their journals, you see what they're eating, you see all of the stuff, right?
Yes.
And you do that for my clients.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't see that. I don't see those things every day. And what you would see, because I look at them right before I meet with them. So I look at your notes to them. I look at, and I 100% agree with you. They're on point. They're eating, the beef burgers. They're eating the cheese, and you're giving them double thumbs up.
Yeah.
And I'm seeing them during our sessions, and we're talking struggle bus here. We're talking, Monica, I am not okay. I'm looking at their macros, and I'm like, you're perfect. Everything's perfect. Well, what the missing piece to those pictures are, that client was too strict. That client was maybe carnivore,
Mm-hmm.
and carnivore wasn't suiting them well. Picture perfect. They looked beautiful. The scale was coming down, everything, but they were restless and they were on the edge of teetering into a sugar binge. Well, my job as a coach during that session, because your books would have told you, keep on point. You're doing amazing. Keep going. When I look them in the eye and I'm seeing something wrong with them in that session, I'm like, mid-course correction. We're not doing this anymore. I want you to go home and I want you to go visit Miss Baked by Vi this week.
Yeah.
Now I want you to track everything that you eat. I want you to go and get several things from Baked by Vi. Baked by Vi is our keto bakery, which she's a hero, and she's thinking she's closing her shop this week because she's going to be at the fair.
What?
Baked by Vi will be at the Elkhart County Fair. Yay for everybody.
Yes.
Yay for Vi, but she'll be unavailable to us. So what I'm telling a client is unconventional. Go to Baked by Vi. Go get her strawberry cheesecake. Go get a lemon cookie from her. Go get all of now. Full disclosure, my eating disordered clients would not get this for me, but because I'm looking this client in the eye and I am seeing crisis mode because she's being too strict, I'm sending her to Baked by Vi and I'm telling her, I want you to, by the way, this is for her macros. If you see some funny things this week, it's because she is supposed to. I don't care if she goes over her macros this week. What I want her to feel and what I want her to sense, feel, taste, touch is the yumminess and the goodness of keto. The fact that we can have a strawberry cheesecake, right? Mm-hmm. We can have a lemon cookie because it's made correctly. So I'm wanting her to deviate from the perfectly beautiful carnivore diet that she was on, that she was getting frustrated with, that she was not going to stay on. And I'm saying, let's spice things up a little bit this week. Now, are we going to stay that way? The next session she and I are going to talk about, we're going to talk about those macros because you can gain weight at Baked by Vi, believe it or not, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I am needing her to open up her palate just a little bit. So that is what we do one-on-one. When we look you in the eyeballs and we see some desperation and we see some unhappiness and we see some, I am in trouble, coach, we do a 360.
Yeah.
And we do, and it can happen instantly. The other thing is when somebody likes Baked by Vi a little bit too much, we do a 360 as well, and we may send you carnivore. That is the benefit of the one-on-one coaching.
Yes.
And not only that, do we tell you to do that? We teach you how and when to do it yourself, so that when you're without us, you know exactly when to open it up a little bit, when to bring it in a little bit.
Right. Right.
That's the benefit of it. That's why coaching is so successful. It is not that I wouldn't even dare give that plan to a couple of clients that I can see in my head right now, because for them, it would be a 30-pound sugar binge.
Right.
That's the relationship I've built with them. The only people we can't help are the ones who ghost us. And we do have clients who pay $1,500 for a program and ghost us. There's nothing we can do for them because they've chosen to ghost us. And there always will be those kind of people.
Right.
What is your favorite, Darcy? When we talk about a coaching relationship, and don't give any names, don't give any, but what is your favorite coaching scenario, story, success, thing that just like sticks out in your mind of, oh, this is what I was born to do. This is why I was born to do it.
Is this for me? Like why I was, okay. Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
not for you, but for your, and don't give any names, but.
No, I think, and this isn't just one client. When they have the aha moment, when they feel like they're struggling, but then it's just something like personalized. So I've pushed some journaling on people. I push journaling on everybody, and it doesn't always click, but when it does, like that's a game changer. Another one is like I utilize sometimes like small little habits, using James Clear's habits. When we utilize tools like that, and then they have like the aha moment of like, oh, well, I didn't think that was this simple, or I'm implying this every single day, and they have that aha moment. That to me just says, okay, so we're on the right path. I'm feeling comfortable with them now. I do what you do. Like I have to read the client to know where they are.
Yeah.
And some of them are good at faking it and then having a crash. So we kind of see red flags happen, and I take note of that. And then when that crash happens, then I know that, okay, so we need to get serious, but it's more serious. More serious. But yeah, like that's when
it's
there's
the aha
like
moment. Yeah,
it is. And when they've hit, my biggest thing is when you talked about saying, ask them what their scary number is. I'm like, so when you ask them what their scary number is on the scale, and we then surpass those, and we make a big deal about it, saying, look, you just surpassed the scary number and you're still going.
Yeah.
Those are the moments that keep me wanting to come back to coaching, because I know that, you never know how you are influencing that person until you hear it from their mouth and be like, oh, okay. Like I get, like, I didn't realize that journaling meant that much to you. I was just doing it because I love to, get things out of my head. So.
And most of those things that you talk about are subliminal. Not even the client knows that they have a scary that they have a scary number. Mm-hmm. A lot of times we'll have clients, and that's one of the first things we ask you. What is your scary number? What is yours? It might be a moment, or it might be a number. And we put it down in the client notes so that we can put in the back of the mind, okay, this client is coming up to the 49 pounds. She is scared to death of losing 50 pounds, because every time she loses 50 pounds, she goes on a binge. And she fails her diet. And so when we get up to the 48, 49 pound, you and I are zoned in on that client, and we will either like magnify that number. I don't usually do that, but I usually send them around that number. So we usually don't weigh for the next, that could be a tactic. Some people need to magnify that number. Some people will be like, we're going to celebrate 50 here. What is your plan? What is your reward? What are we going to do? Other people, and again, coaching relationships, we know exactly which personality you are. Some people, we will say, okay, you know what? We're going to put that scale away for the next month, because we don't want them to see that number. We want them to continue to do the things, to not go off plan. We want them to pass that number. And then when 60 comes up, we are like, you thought you were scared of 50 pounds. Mm-hmm. But most clients don't even know that they're scared of a number. They just have normally done a diet and failed at 50 pounds or failed at their scary number. And they just, so that is the benefit of having a one-on-one. You don't get that with medication because you're losing weight so fast and so fake. It's not real weight loss. It's muscle loss, right? And you don't get to heal through that. Somebody's going to beat me up and say, well, Monica, I've kept my weight off. You're not the statistic. You're not the norm. It's not, it's not happening. And we're seeing crashes all around us. And it's very scary.
Yeah. I want to know on down the road how this shot has helped reverse ailments.
Right.
And not have to take any other form of medication to keep their body alive and healthy. I want to know that statistic.
Yeah. And it's not possible because the minute you go off of it, you're eating the same way. The food and the food, what you're choosing to put in your body is what's causing the disease. So when you start eating eating diseases, when you're starting to eat those foods again, it's a mask. It's a mask. And same with the ketogenic diet. If you stop it, you get the disease back. You gain the weight back. So the keto people, these snobby keto people who say, well, I'm carnivore, I'm keto. The minute you go off of it, it's coming back. Same thing applies. That is why the coaching is so successful because like the previous client I just talked about, she was miserable. She was losing weight beautifully on carnivore, but she was miserable. She's not going to stay on that the rest of her life. So Monica has to help her enjoy her life. The only thing we have not been able to ketoize is popcorn. It's the only thing we have not been able to ketoize. And somebody said, if you do this, Monica, I can't cook. So
mine this week was pasta. And it's not, and they don't like the miracle noodles, the shiitake or whatever noodles. I agree with them. Yeah. But I'm going to actually experiment with this. There's some pasta recipes out there. Like you
should do videos. You should do videos of the failures and the success that you find.
That's scary. But yeah, there's like if you put the effort in, and that's the thing that stops people is they don't want to put. Oh, I don't cook. I don't do it. If you put the effort in, you'll surprise yourself.
Right.
You'll find the quick and easy recipes that it takes a little bit of effort, but it is keeping you on the right path. It is avoiding utilizing the fast food restaurants every single night.
Right.
And that comes down to one of the other big reasons why people fail is the fact they're not willing to put the effort in because their life is so busy.
Yeah. So, exactly true.
So getting experimental with food choices so that you are not missing out on the ultra processed food that has been created that you've grown up on most of your life. There's ways to replace those. So there's no excuses for people as long as they're willing to try.
Yeah. There's no shortcuts even with coaching.
Yeah.
There's no shortcuts. There are some days that I leave the coaching office and I am physically, mentally, emotionally exhausted because we have walked through some really hard stuff. 10% of what we do is calories, macros. 90% of what we do is walking through the yuck, walking through divorce, walking through empty nesting, walking through all of the things. That's where the coaching is successful. And so we just want to encourage you today. If you have come to a place in your journey where you have tried it all, you don't want to go down the shot lane, we have made it affordable for you. We put all of the links in. We want you to choose a coach that fits you. Our regular website is kmhealthcoaching.org. You go up to the top, you click coaches, you will see Coach Darcy and myself there, and go check us out. Everybody has a different personality. Some people don't like my in-your-face personality. Some people would rather have Coach Darcy's smiling face, although she's very tricky. Don't let her trick you with that. We're both in your face. But personalities. There's some of Darcy's clients that I can't coach, and I've just said, you know what, I got to refer you to somebody who you will hear better, right?
Mhm.
So there's a reason why we have two coaches. There's a reason why there's a team. So you go to KM Health Coaching if you're listening to this on the podcast, kmhealthcoaching.org. I have also put the direct links to the brand new websites in our chat. I'll put that in the show notes as well for Coach Darcy and myself. If you have been in the situation, $1,300 was just too much, Monica. I couldn't do it. To be honest with you, Coach Darcy, I couldn't afford my prices.
Right.
I didn't have $1,300 to spend. I just didn't. But I do have $300, and I do have enough to spend $149 every month for a coaching relationship. I can hack that.
Yes.
You can be with us as long as you want. We have had clients with us for 2 years, right? And so we hope that has helped you. Again, let me upfront. It's $300 because you got to get the curriculum. You don't get charged, and this is where Darcy and we had a disagreement. And she's like, I don't know if that's a smart thing to do, Monica. Typically, I would charge you the first month. I'm not doing that. Okay. That may change because I may get bit in the butt for that. And that may change.
I just let you do things.
It will be a simple click on a button to change that and to add that first month in. You get charged for the first month, for your first month, the second month that you're in.
Yeah.
In 30 days after that. So we try to we're pulling it down. Again, if we get bit, it's live and learn. And I've got my bookkeeper on this. I had a long meeting with her. I'm like, tell me I'm crazy. She said, well, I already know you're crazy.
Yes.
And the financials, you're just going to have to prove. So I've got till January to prove to her that this is successful. If not, it'll go back up to $1,300.
Yeah.
Right now it's not. And we're going to give you a chance.
Can I just say if you're on the fence, like, that there needs to be a change and you are not willing to do, a form of synthetic shot to lose weight, or and it was maybe the financing that was preventing you from joining a group like this or a program, I would just encourage you to use your power words instead of, knowing that you need to lose weight, knowing that you have, to want to get healthy on the inside. Even just use your power words and say, I am going to do this. I'm going to do this month. I'm going to start today. Or I'm going to start next week, like that.
Yeah.
And you have yourself a time when you're going to start, a date.
I'm going to give myself 6 months. I'm going to give myself 6 months on this program. I'm going to push through, and I'm going to learn everything I can in 6 months. And then we'll reevaluate in 6 months.
It's the flaky words that keep you off, off the idea of taking your health serious.
The difference between the word willing and try.
Yeah.
That was so powerful to me. We talked about that in one of our addiction support groups. Mm-hmm. There's a difference between the words, I'm willing to do this, or I'll try to do this.
Yeah.
The ones that say I'm willing to do this, they're willing to do anything it takes.
There's a commitment.
There's a commitment there. There's not a commitment with I'll try.
Right. That one you can flake out.
Yeah.
You're going to flake out when you do that.
Exactly. Now, some people are asking, why in the world did the host just drop a link into the comment section about RX sugar? I want to just do that because I'm going to regret it because they're going to sell out.
They're going to sell out.
So, Darcy, you better have your liquid RX.
I'm stocked. I'm good.
Good. I just ordered 3 bottles yesterday. But there is something real happening with allulose. And we'll do, I think maybe we did a show on this, or we're going to do. I don't remember. We did. The natural GLP-1. And my GLP-1 story from a couple summers ago. And so this is real. Like, there's nothing more real to me than this. The liquid RX, and somebody in our personal group right now just asked about the gummies that they have. Have you tried the gummies?
Yeah.
What are your thoughts? And this is just like off the cuff, like just you and I chatting, because I don't know what the answer. I kind of know what my answer is. What are the difference? Is there a difference between the liquid that you put in your coffee and the gummies?
I do think that there's a difference. I think the gummies is like a great after a meal, kind of like get the sweet dessert kind of like finished eating.
Okay,
I don't feel the same in my stomach because I legitimately did my coffee with the liquid allulose today for the first
Yeah.
time, and I actually have like
This was your first
feeling.
day
Yeah, well, not my first day. Like
of trying it?
I put extra,
Ah.
in there, and
How much do you do? This is
I
like a phone call between you and I. How much did you put in
I
your
can't
coffee?
tell you because I just kind
You
of
just dumped
eyeballed
it?
it.
Okay. All right.
I put
Yeah.
more in it than I would normally.
Yeah.
I eyeballed it today because I had to be on a call.
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
so
There,
I
it's a punch in the
it
gut.
is.
Like,
It is.
it is a natural GLP-1.
Mm-hmm.
And we have tried the Pendulum products. I am considering, because we have a GLP-1 recovery program as well. And so I titrate a client off of their meds, as well as up the natural GLP-1.
Yeah.
We had them on the Pendulum, which was okay to me.
I think it's good
This,
for gut
yeah,
health,
for
honestly.
gut health is
For
good.
sure. Mm-hmm.
This has the feeling of a GLP-1.
Mm-hmm.
I only put a tablespoon in my coffee this morning with some cream. And it is 12:03, and the thought of eating is like, ugh.
Yeah.
And it's not a throw up, like, sick
No.
feeling. It's just the food noise is gone. Any Hoosers,
Yeah.
it's 50% off right now. So I just put the link. All of that to say, this is not an allulose show.
You missed the 30% off of your total sales on the other day.
Exactly.
That was
I
a
didn't
good.
think.
I
didn't
loaded
think it-
up on that, but
How many did-
50% off
you
is
buy?
good.
How many did you buy?
Well, I tried the hazelnut. Like there was some like, okay, maybe the
Oh.
hazelnut would be good because I haven't had that.
Oh, okay.
I've got a lot of the liquid, so I just
okay.
decided I was going to try the hazelnut. But I do
Gotcha.
like the RX. I've been using the sugar packets a lot.
Love them. Pixie
And
stick.
yeah, I eat those on in car trips and things like that,
Mhm.
and at different times. But usually, when you have a meal and you
Yeah.
finish off that
Yeah.
with it, then that's like, okay, I'm good to go.
I agree with you when you
yeah.
say it's like a nice little sugar treat at the end of a
Yeah.
meal. Like if you want something sweet at the end of a meal, I don't think it has the same GLP-1 factor in the mornings. If I had that in the mornings, I couldn't do it.
Right. I'd probably feel munchy.
Yeah.
Just like if you started your day with something sweet, like
Right.
I would feel munchy. Yeah.
And I'll be frankly honest. I don't really like my coffee. I don't like sweet coffee,
Mhm.
but it is powerful enough to me. I'm going to choke it down. And it's just you. If I didn't drink coffee, I would probably do the same thing. I like it so much. I probably would not be hungry today until probably around 3:00.
Right.
So the show's not about allulose today, but I had to tell you because it's 50% off.
Yeah.
And at the end, if you put, what was it, July 30, you put that code in, you get 30% off
Yeah.
too.
Oh, it's still there. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, is it? Is it
I
still
don't
there?
know. You just said it.
Oh, I did it yesterday. So
so then yes.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's really cool.
I think this you ask like why would you advocate for this product with the natural GLP-1? Why does that even matter?
Yeah.
And I would just say for somebody like me personally, I do not have my leptin button doesn't really work.
Right.
So I feel like I ruined that years ago when I never felt full. If you have that issue and where you never feel full,
Yeah.
maybe even if you do have a sweet tooth and you feel like you need to eat something sweet after every single meal, whatever it is, like this helps with turning off the button. Like I've never felt that food silence as much as I do when I have consumed this stuff. So I would just say that would be the biggest reason is for somebody who does struggle with not ever feeling full, even though you have had a large meal and you could eat more even, then it's a good tool.
Yeah. I even asked Dr. Tarman to try it. I am awaiting her response. She's the author of Food Junkies and My Hero. I'm like, hey, doc, you got to try something because, I can't believe how I'm feeling. So, and it may be in my mind. Who knows? All right. So if you are interested, if you're ready, if you're like, I do not want to do this shot, I need help. Give us 6 months. We've made it affordable. We have made it available to you. Brand new program. The link is in the comments. We're going to put the links in the show notes. This is your chance. I have got yesterday. It helped my heart so much because I'm nervous about the program. Not because it's the same program that was expensive. But I got this lovely letter from this lady saying, I have been watching your program for a long time and I just haven't been able to afford it. Thank you for making it available to me. And that made my day. So even if we put the price back up, that made my day. We're helping one person.
Hey, you know what? The best way to not have that happen is if we had, everybody take us up on this offer. Like, now's your time.
It will stay there if it is successful.
Yeah.
So
right.
It's trial by fire, right?
Guess what? I think the basement is where I need to be from now on.
Beautiful session today. I was worried. You were flustered. And I'm like, I was getting ready to get upset. Not at you, at the internet web. So I'm like, what good would that do me? It's not going to change things if I get upset about it.
This might be a fluke. But
I just don't want to hurt your feelings by talking over you when you're trying to talk and it's, so.
Whatever I have to say is not as important.
But I think you're right. I think you might have you're right next to your box. But I seriously, if you're paying a lot of money, I would get mad and I would call the company and say, this is not acceptable.
Yeah, we need to have them come fix it again.
I know some very powerful people. If I need to get involved,
please do.
Just let me know.
Let me know. We've even upgraded to a faster speed, and we should have like this fast speed.
No.
And it's like, you don't have it.
I would give them a call and say, I will get my sister involved because she knows. We know
important people. So
yeah. And then they'll ask who, and they'll be like, no. Anyway, guys, grab your ticket. We are ready to start. We made it available to you. Mm-hmm. So hopefully this show helped you today. This will be on a podcast here next week. So we're going to use that because we had some good internet today.
Yeah,
so
you're not going to have to cut the front off.
Yeah, it's not really podcast material, but we're going to use it because we like the internet today. So, all right, we're here every Tuesday morning at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we are going to sign off.
Yeah, we are.
All right, guys, take care.
Have a great day.
Hey, it's Coach Monica here. Guess what? If you're fed up with feeling stuck in your battle with weight or food, I've got something just for you. Check out our free Facebook groups. Over at Food Addiction and Recovery, I'm over there waiting for you. We're going to walk this journey together. It's about getting real, sharing our stories, and lifting each other up. We're in this together every step of the way. And if you're curious about changing your life with keto, the Weight Loss Project is where you want to be. Coach Darcy is amazing. And together, we're not just talking about losing weight. We're talking about finding a happier, healthier you. So, what do you say? Are you ready to join us? The links are in the show notes below. And I'm telling you, this is more than an invite. It is the start of something great. We cannot wait to see you over there.